Hey students, I put together a presentation for you, a lesson on strumming patterns. This is our level 1 strumming pattern. So this lesson I designed for somebody who's just getting started. They know their open chords, they know a few chords already. And what we're trying to do is break you away from constantly thinking about your left hand and start thinking about your right hand and adding rhythm and timing to your playing, which is gonna get you to come out of that sound of being kind of robotic and uninteresting. And we want you to be a little bit more in the pocket and tighten up your rhythm, and that will make your playing a little bit more interesting. So let's get into it. What you see here are black circles with stems, and those are called quarter notes. So if you read sheet music, you would see a lot of this. And what this is telling the musician is that every beat you're playing something. So what is a beat? A beat is like the heartbeat of the song. When you listen to music and you tap your foot, you're following the beat. Well, every time your foot hits the ground, quarter note tells you to play something. We also have rhythmic notation. So these are quarter notes, but for rhythmic notation when you're strumming through chords. They look like hockey sticks, don't they? So what they're doing is they're telling you to take your chord, let's say G, we're going to use this as an example. And every time there's a beat, you strum. So if we have a tempo that goes like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, we strum 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to keep it really even and smooth and try not to speed up, try not to slow down, keep it consistent all the way through. Counting is a great skill to develop. So get used to counting as you play. So when you verbally say the name of the beat as you're playing it, you're connecting your brain with your hands and you're putting them together and tightening them up as a team. And that's what you want to do. You want to have that internal clock starting to develop inside of you where you feel that beat and you lock into that beat. Let's try this quarter note strum pattern together. So in the red, you can see the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the arrows at the bottom are just reminding you that we're strumming down. There's no up strumming at all. At the very top, you see our hockey sticks. Those are your quarter note rhythmic notation. So we know that we're just playing right on top of the beat. I have a metronome here. It's going to click. When you're in a band, you'll hear the drummer click his sticks 4 times before a song starts. That's to tell the whole band the tempo or the speed of the song, and then everybody starts together. It's kind of like saying ready, set, go, and then everybody kind of takes off at the same time. So I'm going to count to 4 with the metronome, and then we all jump in together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it steady. Keep it consistent. Listen for that click. If you speed up, then slow it down. If you're too slow, speed it up until you get right into the pocket of that click. All right. Transitioning from chord to chord is another challenge because now we only have one beat to move from one chord into another chord. So your left hand has to be pretty quick, and your right hand has to be very accurate with the rhythm, the 2 hands obviously coordinating together. Here we have 2 bars of G, 1 bar of C, 1 bar of D, and then we repeat that process, 2 bars of G, and then a bar of C and D. So let's do this together. I'm going to set up the metronome. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Bottom line, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome job. It looks like quarter notes, but there's this black beam at the top that's connecting them, and that makes them eighth notes. So if you took your quarter note and you sliced it exactly in half, made 2 equal parts, you'd have an eighth note on each side. So it's half of a beat per eighth note. And we have these 2 groupings of eighth notes. There's 4 eighth notes in each one of these groupings. So we can't count 1, 2, 3, 4 anymore because beat 1 got divided into 2 equal parts. So we need a name for the second half of beat 1. We call that and it's signified with the plus sign. So 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. We have to add that word and in between to have 2 equal parts of each one of those beats. The downstroke is reserved for beats 1, 2, 3, 4. The upstroke now is going to be on beats and. So the and of 1, the and of 2, the and of 3, and the and of 4. Your pick is following your foot. In other words, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, down, up, just like that, okay? Downstrokes are beats 1, 2, 3, 4. Upstrokes are in between. You can see what that would look like with rhythmic notation. The metronome is still going to click on the quarter note. It's not going to click on the second half of that beat. So the ands are not going to get a clicking sound. So you have to listen and time it just right. Here's an example of how we can integrate quarter notes and eighth notes together. Beats 1 and 2 get the downstroke on the quarter note. 1, 2. But beats 3 and 4 get the subdivision, the eighth notes. So it's 3 and 4 and. So when I count this all together, I'll get this. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Let's do it together. I'll set up the metronome at 72 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. There you go. 3 eighth note groupings. Beat 1, we have our quarter note strum. That's just a downstroke. But beats 2, 3, and 4 are all eighth notes. So 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and. Great. Now you're ready for 4 eighth note groupings. That means every single beat is going to be divided into eighth notes. Your hand is going to be going up and down like a machine. Strumming down, strumming up, strumming down, strumming up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you're tapping your foot to keep rhythm, your pick is following your foot. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. There you go. Subscribe, like, share, leave comments. In the comments, I would love to hear questions or just observations about these videos, or share your experiences, or just say hello. I want to be your guitar teacher. I love guitar and I want to build a strong community. So I'm looking forward to talking with our current subscribers and new subscribers, and I want to hear you tell me how you're enjoying these lessons, and I want you to ask questions and talk to each other as well. Let's build a community here. All right, get ready for lesson 2. It's coming shortly.